Hey AfterBuzzers and iZombie fans, we are back for Season 4, Episode 1. Are you ready for some zombies? We're ready, so stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Okay guys, I am so excited and I am so pumped. Welcome back to Season 4. We do have an all-new panel, except Shawnteairra is returning. She's back, but we're all new. So why don't we get into some introductions before we jump off with Season 4 of iZombie.
What's up, guys? My name is Drew Jones. You can find me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
Kia!
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. Don't judge that.
Wow, love that. What's up, guys? I'm Shawnteairra. You can find me all over the internet at Shawnteairra.
And hey guys, I'm Ally Nasta. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at AlleyGirl. We are so excited to be here with you guys, and thank you so much for welcoming us. We see you guys all in the live chat. We will try to shout you out when we can. We're excited to get into the season.
Yes.
We're all big fans of iZombie. Obviously, I've been telling all my friends to start watching it, and we're just lucky enough to join this panel and join Shawnteairra as an alumni.
Thank you for having us.
Really?
Thank you guys so much. So let's just jump right in.
Yes.
This was, we're kind of slowly but surely getting into the wrath of what happened at the end of Season 3, now leading into Season 4 with the separation of the wall, what Ravi's doing with the vaccine. So I kind of want to start with Major for a second, because I feel like he actually we saw the real Major jump back into what he's known best for doing, which is helping youth.
Yeah, I love that he is doing the whole homeless youth thing again, but this time it's for the zombies. You know, he's looking a little swole. You know?
He was.
You know,
shirt
really
with
good.
his muscles? Okay.
Season 4, Major, beefed up, you know, to fight Season 3, Major probably. But no, I love that even though everything's kind of like gray area-ish with like, you know, where everyone stands.
Right.
He's still doing it for the right reasons. And so I'm like, I love Major.
I love Major too.
I love it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm actually really excited to see like what he does this season, because this episode just started off very, very strong, and there's like a lot of little things going on, especially with him working with the kids. I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen.
Right.
I love it because it just always shows you that Major has a big heart. And we have a lot of people in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Connor said, it didn't even occur to me that Major was turning back to his roots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess there was someone on the panel who looked like Major. Someone says, I'm going to miss Major's twin on the panel, but this panel looks really good. Shout out to you, Red Truth. I did not know there was a Major twin.
Who is the Major twin at the studio?
Was it Dave?
Maybe. We're going to find out who that is.
Like,
maybe we can bring him in as a guest.
I might have to meet Dave.
Because if he looks like Major. No, but I think it's really dope because it just shows you like how he has a big heart, and I'm happy that he went back to his roots.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting though. There's a part where they're asking Major about, you know, the other soldier, and he's almost hesitant to like
give up information.
Give up information, and so you kind of see a glimpse of, you know, Major. Where are your loyalties? Like, obviously, at the core of it, you know, kids are your thing, and like you're gonna do what you need to do to protect them. But like, in the grand scheme of things, like where are your loyalties like? So I'm interested to see where that goes this season.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Right. I think it was you were kind of going back and forth with that when he was with the zombie youths, as I guess we can call them.
Baby soldiers.
Young zombies.
Baby soldiers.
Because, you know, I was kind of thinking, oh my gosh, he's going to do something bad. He's going to, once he finds out that she stole all the pouches, you know, what's going to happen. But I was really excited to see that he brought them in to work. Because I was kind of thinking Major was going to switch a light and just kind of get them in trouble. I don't know. Were you guys feeling teeter-tottering with those emotions there?
I didn't think so.
I didn't think so. It shows you, like, because I think teachers are like that as well. It just shows you how someone has experience with kids. Even with parents. I think he looked at it like, okay, how can I go about this? Should I discipline them? That may not be the right answer. How about I take these two, because these two are really special, bring them in and see if they can grow from here, because Jordan said her family was starving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let me see if I can help these guys grow. Because, you know, he's worked with a shelter before.
Right.
So he's worked with youth that, you know, come from the street and who had a hard time. So I kind of figured that he would do something like that.
I did too, especially when, you know, when they approached the guy that was out after curfew. And then I think one of the one of the guys ended up pulling their gun to some people that were, I guess, throwing like fire at them. And Major was like, no, like don't shoot. Like he literally chased after them. So I feel like that he's like a softie.
Yeah, he totally is.
Yeah,
Major loves the kids.
I'm nervous for bringing the kids in to become soldiers. I think Major was too, just because it's like they're not gonna get, if like season 3, Major's literally doing training like half the season.
Yeah.
And now like Chase is just being like, nah, we're just gonna like they gotta learn on the job.
Right.
Like something bad is going to happen there, and so I'm nervous about that. But
maybe that's what it is, because I'm kind of nervous whenever they're in that like
weird room.
Yeah. Makes me nervous. Like something's gonna happen.
Yeah, Fillmore Graves isn't like the most like warm and bubbly place in my opinion. But I think Major had to take that moment and like weigh, you know, the options. Like I either let them, you know, hope that like these two are the ones that clearly like are some red flags, and I either let them continue to be on the streets, see what happens there, or at least this way I can keep them, you know,
keep them like in check, getting their brains and everything, and make sure they're not like cultivating any new zombies, you know, or whatever they could do next.
Yeah.
But yeah, Major, I'm glad to see him starting to kind of become his own again and find something that's making him passionate.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to Jacob in the chat. They said I don't normally say this, but I'm siding with the anti-zombie people. Maybe it's just me. I'm kind of there too. Like,
Same.
Obviously we love Liv, we love, you know, Major and whatnot, but like in the grand scheme of things, seeing how they're interacting with Major and all that, I am kind of
a
little like, all right, y'all are dirty.
Well, the thing is that we've even seen it in the past seasons, how some of the zombies can go down such a bad path, and there's like almost no coming back from that. Rather than you do have like the special ones like Liv, who uses it to help people and uses it for the betterment. But obviously, I feel like that's in any type of, wherever you are, any type of culture, there's always going to be the people that kind of tend to take the bad side of the tracks rather than the good side. But well, I guess speaking of good and bad, we've got Clive, who's always a great guy.
We love Clive.
I love him. It's so great. I remember watching the first season and kind of getting confused, like thinking Liv was doing all the work.
Right.
And then as soon as you see his character develop, and you even see it today, he's so smart and in tune, his character is at least. And it's really fun to see him put all the pieces together.
It is,
finding out the answer to the crime.
I agree. And even when Zorn was his name? Yeah, when they had handcuffed Zorn, the kid, and so how Liv was like, well, maybe, you know, the guy that's the 49er fan, she's like, maybe he's still a part of it, and Clive, he like literally put all the pieces together himself. Like, I love that.
I love them together because I feel like they bring the best out of each other.
Yeah, I agree.
So I feel like she'll throw out a nugget and then he'll catch on to it and he'll be like, actually, wait. I just love Clive. Like, I feel like he's super smart, and I love that he can deal with Liv, and he's been dealing with her for this long, at first not knowing what was going on with her. So I crack up when I literally see them on screen. Yeah. They're so goofy together.
They are.
Shout out to Team Clive.
I agree. And I like that we see kind of what's going on with his little FBI boo thing.
Yes, I saw that.
Just because I was interested to see where it picked up from last season, because the last we really see of her is like, cool, you're a zombie now. Yeah. And so I thought it was really fun seeing where they're in her office and all the detectives are like, oh, well, I'm on this brain and he watches a lot of porn. That's all I really know about him. And just like them all kind of going back and forth. They're like, I don't even need to take this brain because I already know the
Putting hot sauce in the coffee. I'm like, that is so interesting to see that at the police station, everyone's just like, oh yeah, I'm a zombie too. What's good? We're just all zombies. I'm like, all right, that's very interesting.
And did you guys notice that when Liv walked over to his desk, she was like, so do you have any plans tonight? And he looked over at her.
I saw that.
Like, guess not.
Right.
I hope they work it out. I really like them. And now there's no secrets. So it's like, give it a try.
Everything's out.
Yeah, mine as well. True. And kind of someone who's not keeping secrets or holding anything back is Liv. With this character, this was, I think, one of the funnest characters that she's portrayed. And I think it was fun because she actually did more than usual with the whole face painting and wearing the clothes. I was dying.
I think it's one of my favorite brains because literally when Peyton walked in and Liv's back was turned and she turned around, I was drinking water. I spit out my water and I started dying laughing. I was like, yo, Liv. I think it's one of my favorite brains, the Seahawks fan who's kind of anti-zombie and talking trash, talking shit, kind of more hateful. So one of my favorite brains that she ate.
I completely agree. I love that with each brain that she eats, like she gets into characters so well, and they're all so different.
Right.
So it's great to see.
Yeah. I love Annie brain where she's really, it's something that's completely opposite of like Liv as a person, but then also like something you wouldn't expect just looking at her. Like last season with the dominatrix, that was one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. And then right now with the football fan, like I thought that was hilarious because it's just like if I like close my eyes, I visualize Clint.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was like the mask was ridiculous. The face paint.
Right. And I know we weren't on the panels obviously in the previous seasons, but something that we've talked about separately was that she does such a great job of making you still see Liv.
Yeah.
You still see Liv, but then you subtly get the gist of the other brains that she's getting, and that's how great of an actress she is because it's such a great, like, it just meshes so well together. Like, you still see Liv, but you see this other character, and you almost forget she has this other brain inside of her for a second.
Right.
And you're like, oh, no wonder she's acting like that. No wonder she's winking at, like, a guy a specific way or a girl a specific way. So it's super fun. Yeah. But let's get into this, the crime that was kind of going around that they were trying to find out Clint Hicks and who killed him because they found his body in the meat grinder.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And like that was even okay, really quick, when obviously the brain packing plant or whatever that they were at, I was actually getting grossed out.
Yeah.
And I think every time I even see them eat brains, it still grosses me out. Even
except Liv, because she makes it pretty.
Her
makes it look
cooking
good.
session is amazing.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me hungry. Like my favorite is when she made the buffalo wings.
Yeah,
brain.
this
I was like,
episode.
wait, I can. Okay,
Like-
I'm here for it.
I love it because it reminds me of, Tasty on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
It reminds me of that, like, last season when she made the cupcake in a mug.
Yeah.
And the brains, I was like,
Okay.
I literally cannot with y'all. But yeah, the brains in the factory, I was like,
it was too much for me. Which,
much.
speaking of too much, we'll get into Ravi's whole licking the brain thing
Yes.
later. But that was like,
I do want to say, because we have some Seahawk fans
Yes.
in the chat, and Connor says, I do like the reference to the Super Bowl game. Seahawks are so cocky, not cocky. They always get underestimated.
Facts.
Yeah, they did throw some digs, and it was kind of funny.
I
Like,
love
even
it.
the 49ers fans, where she's like, oh, you can't trust any of them. They're all liars or something like that. It was super funny. So anyways, we got Clint Hicks. He is found with his body in the meat grinder, and there were so many different clues this time that kind of led them astray, thinking that it couldn't have been the wife.
Right.
But then, obviously, the last vision we have is that the son is a zombie.
Yeah.
That reminds me of what Clive always says. It's always the spouse.
Right.
Always the
You know
spouse.
what I was thinking when he initially came to their house.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but Zorn, he like gulped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I thought it was him.
I totally did too.
Yeah.
He was throwing a lot of mannerisms when they were in the house the first time and like walked out of the kitchen. He immediately seemed defensive.
Yeah.
But maybe that was just because he feels defensive because he feels
Right.
like everybody's against him because now he's a zombie.
Right.
So he has to be super protective and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always
It's always the spouse, according to Clive.
Yeah, but I guess this one it was. I feel like now that we're kind of enthralled with a lot of the zombie world and like the wall basically and separating the societies, it's kind of crazy how we're focusing. There's only I feel like a portion that's on the crime now, and more so we're figuring out all of the different things going on with the other characters. Like
I love that.
Seeing a glimpse of Peyton, seeing a glimpse of Ravi, and it is kind of fun because we're getting even more into their lives, and it's not just Liv and Clive and Ravi.
I think that's because I feel like there's definitely I'm not gonna say better, but bigger storyline,
Right.
Because of everything that's going on with now like zombies and humans coexisting. So
Right.
it makes for like great stories now. Yeah.
Which with coexisting, we have Angus comes back to life.
Angus. I love
First
him.
of all, I know you really shouldn't, but there's something about like an asshole, like someone who's really cocky and full of themselves that you kind of like because they know what they want and what they're doing. So I was kind of excited to see Angus come back. We do another show together, so I always like the douchebag. I'm like, yes!
Hashtag Alex.
I was like, Angus looks like a dead Abraham Lincoln, an angry Abraham Lincoln.
gosh.
I was kind of excited about that, but I know that's just me. I just like the douchebag.
I thought the character of Angus was really funny because it reminds me of the guys that hang out on Hollywood Boulevard with the giant signs and tell you that like
Facts.
you got to get it together before God comes back, and you're like, snap, you right?
You're like, yeah, I sure do. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think Blaine's gonna do when he finds out that he's alive and living?
I
and
like the
walking?
storyline between Blaine and his dad.
I do
because it's a
too.
lot of daddy issues going on there.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I like that. So I don't know what he's going to do, but I foresee this like kind of playing out a little bit longer because the beef between them two are so interesting, and it's like one always takes the other one down, and they always throw jabs at each other. So I like the daddy issues.
It's interesting though because I feel like the beef is like more not one-sided, but I feel like Blaine still has that need to like impress his dad. And,
Yes.
like, because like Blaine could have easily killed Angus last season and it would have been done with. Angus has obviously already tried to kill Blaine.
Right,
So it's like,
Yeah, like he doesn't want to fully let go of his dad.
but Angus is clearly not in the right state of mind, so I don't know
Yeah.
how much of a threat he is. If anything, I almost feel like there's going to be this infatuation with Blaine, especially if he recognizes Blaine's voice to be the voice of God now. So I think
Good
it's going to
point.
be like this weird dynamic of like,
Is
are
that-
you like my henchman now? Like, what's going on?
Is that a prediction?
Low key.
High key, actually.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep that one around.
Oh, Connor said, do you hate the old Angus or the new Angus? That's a really good question.
No, I love both Angus.
I like both.
Yeah.
I'm here for Abraham Lincoln. And
7 years.
But
my
yeah,
gosh.
we got people in the chat that are, some people are not feeling Angus. Some people said that church scene was crazy and funny at the same time.
Yeah, it was.
It was. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And it was like dark, but funny.
Yeah.
And I don't mean funny, like, I'm not trying to be creepy, but it was a little funny because to see him walk in. So imagine you're just in church and the
Right.
door's open and you're like, what the hell?
Well, you're almost like so confused as to what's going on, and that's why you're laughing. You're like, was this serious? Is this really going down?
Yeah, I just love how he's like using Blaine's words as the word of God. And so like when Blaine said ciao, he meant like bye.
Bye.
But now like Angus was like ciao.
Eat
He's
my
like,
children.
Eat. Like, so I just think
And then, like, he would say, like, little lines like, more money, more problems. I'm like,
Like, what?
okay, he's taking this a little too literal.
That
way-
one made him crazy.
the way he said it was what like was like he's like mo money,
Mo
problems.
Yeah. That was
Hammer
good.
time.
Oh,
Someone said in the chat it was dark funny.
yes.
It was dark. Yeah, it was
That's
dark
a great
funny.
way to put that. It was
Yeah.
dark
Sure.
funny.
Because it was dark, but it was hilarious because he was using Blaine's words, but it was
Yeah.
kind of creepy after
Yeah.
what happened. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Dark humor. Thank you,
Dark
Black
humor.
Jones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I really quick, I want to go back to obviously like the separation between zombies and how they're making that guillotine for the zombies. Which is like so, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, if that actually plays out, I will not be able to watch that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too gory. And like when they were
But I
making it.
kind of wanted.
Oh
to
yeah,
have-
We definitely- I feel like they're definitely gonna have to use it too. But they were, what was it? I wrote it down. It was something about how,
When they'll use it?
yeah,
I
it
know
was-
they'll use it like if you turn someone into a zombie, because
Yeah.
now that's, you'll be
There's
killed.
a zero tolerance.
Yeah.
that was what it
policy.
was. It was
Yeah.
zero tolerance, so nothing can happen bad for them. Then they would have to use it.
Ivan brings up a very good point. This is kind of a little off subject. He said, I thought zombies couldn't grow hair or nails or something. I didn't get how Angus could grow facial hair. And even Lowell made a comment about Liv's nails being very trim.
Well, I thought it's because she forces herself to keep her. I thought that they could. She just forces herself to keep her nails trim because they could scratch zombies. Now, my question is, now that I'm thinking about nails and looking at my nails, can zombies have acrylics? Also, would the acrylics somehow?
I'm just saying.
Mess-
But Carter says the same thing you says. Ivan, they cut their nails short to prevent accidental scratches.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to be no,
It's like a learning experience. Like, we're all learning.
About
Yeah.
zombies.
I'm not trying to be no zombie if I can't have my
You might-
Yo,
acrylic,
yeah,
right,
acrylic.
like,
Oh, I
have your
know.
nails
Can we
did.
get our nails and eyebrows done? No, probably
Well,
not.
it's like, it was. I think it's funny about Liv is that like for she could easily get the spray tan thing, dye her hair and all that, but she doesn't. I guess it is
Which
like a
I
lot to
love.
keep up with because obviously in the show. You don't see them going to do it, so obviously
Yes.
it's probably like not happening, whatever. But it's just crazy because that would be so much to keep up with it. Because isn't it like
It's a
every
lot.
day? It's like you have to constantly.
Yeah.
Have a
up.
tanning bed in your
Right.
house.
And she's wearing a wig when
That's
she
a
does
lot.
that.
Like
Yeah.
when she fell in the water in one episode, I was like, "Ooh, what if her wig falls off?
Yeah.
Like, what if the spray? I don't know. I don't tan, Avi. But I was the first thought I thought when she had like fell into the pool, I was like, "Wait, what if that comes off?" And I'm like, "That's
Right.
not paint, Nakia. Calm down. It's spray tan." That's where my mind went.
True.
But like someone says, they're not dead. They're undead,
Dead,
so that's
yeah.
possibly why they can still grow hair.
Because their bodies are
true.
still functioning.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like their heartbeats and stuff are just
Yeah.
like blood flow is not happening. Oh, fun zombie info. Let's get into Ravi and Peyton because they kind of go a little hand in hand, a little bit towards the end. But I love Ravi.
Ravi's life.
He is hilarious, and the
is.
fact that he was a nudist this episode was killing me.
Or
I'm
a,
mad
or
at
a
it.
naturist.
A naturist.
Oh yeah, sorry, naturist.
I will say there are a lot of people in this chat that are not here for Ravi.
What?
Licking the brain,
Yeah.
becoming
Oh,
half
that was
zombie.
disgusting.
They're
Okay.
not here for Ravi
I'm
even being anything to do with the
confused.
zombie.
Let's
Because
get into this.
he's a zombie. Has he turned into a zombie every like few weeks?
Well,
It
I
was
think he's testing the vaccine.
Once every few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he said that Liv has scratched him multiple times. So I'm
Yes.
assuming that
It works.
the vaccine works, but there's an occasional like hiccup where he has like brain cravings. So he's like, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, he's continuously trying this vaccine, trying to
Yes.
work it out so he could see like, oh no, Liz keeps scratching him and he's not turning into a zombie. But he's having like these little hiccups that she calls the time of the month.
Yes.
Which is hilarious.
Which I love.
And it says he did say that he when he was writing it down, like all the side effects, is that he didn't stay in a zombie state for more than 72 hours.
Right.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
But there are people here who are not here for even that.
Why?
So it says, I hate Ravi being basically half a zombie. That's Ivan. Shout out to you, Ivan.
But why do you guys feel that you don't
Yeah.
like that he's a zombie so much? Is it because it kind of takes away from him just being Robbie as a character and his doctor, or like him trying to get?
I feel like it like I personally like that he's doing this because I feel like it gives him more than just. I feel like it's giving him another dimension as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the whole half zombie, half human thing because I don't know. It's just like it's a new take on zombieism.
Yeah.
If you will, we've had
Right.
we have people who are good at being zombies. Liv, Major. We have the humans, Peyton, Clive. Like, it's interesting to see someone who's kind of in the middle, just, like, trying to figure out this cure. And I think his comedy is, like, nicely tied in.
Yeah.
I love
Being, like, he basically made out with that brain when he was eating
I
it.
can't.
Yeah,
As soon
he
as
definitely did.
when he was staring at it, and I was like,
Like,
But the
what
way
are
he-
you about to do?
The way he described it was so real. It had me thinking to myself, "Wow, does the brain
Like,
smell that good?"
right,
yeah.
It was really believable.
Then
I
he
was like,
lost it when
"Robbie's
he
me."
licked it.
Oh, like, because when he was staring, I was like, "You're not gonna do that, are you? You're not gonna do that." And then as soon as he leaned in to start to lick it, it was killing me.
Yeah.
like that was gross. Because I semi have a problem every time they start eating brains. I told you guys it kind of makes me cringe a little bit. So him having like actually watching him and like the sound effects of him like gnawing on that brain was just too much for me.
Someone says Ravi's supposed to be the human. I mean, hell, I even see Peyton becoming a zombie, but I never felt Ravi would become a zombie or even half.
I think it's like it's good to have it be unexpected. Like I could
Yeah.
also see Peyton being a zombie faster than Ravi, but I think to have someone be unexpected, like I honestly would have been shocked rather than Ravi or Clive. So like I think Ravi's handling it better. I think if something happens to Clive like that, I don't think he'd handle it as well. But G1X Rider 13 said if Ravi shared his research with other scientists, he might figure out faster. So why doesn't he? I personally think it's because we don't. A lot of people want to be zombies. I don't think he can safely share that information with people without Grace Fillmore shutting that joint down. And I just don't want to think that
Right.
to happen.
Right.
And I think too, if he shares the information for people that are dying to not be zombies and they're like really trying to get out of that, they'll like freak out and be like, "Give us what you have, like give us any dose of what you have," and then it kind of just like creates this whole stamina around Ravi when he's just trying to figure out the perfect cure, which he hasn't found yet.
Yes.
Right.
So
I think most people's beef is they feel like we need more humans. They need a balance. Jacob said, we need humans on this show. We need a balance.
I think the interesting thing with Ravi being kind of like the guinea pig for the vaccine is that he's able to. We've kind of had rotating humans, like we've had Major be a human for a little bit and then go back to being a zombie. We've had Blaine be a human. Like, I think nothing's set in stone. So we could easily, at one point, Liv could easily be a human and then go back to being a zombie. Like, we just don't know who's going to be what because we have Ravi, this like walking
it's an
vaccine.
interesting take. We
It
have like
is,
half is okay with it, and then we have half that's like we need more humans. We need
Yeah.
the balance and not full zombies. So it's interesting to see like when the season goes further, what's gonna happen. Like, are we
Right.
gonna get more humans, or people gonna turn back?
right.
Halvesies.
I think what I kind of like about it though is that it does give you hope that maybe there is gonna be, like you were just saying, a full switch to where we're gonna have more humans and zombies, and then we're gonna be like, wait, the show's about zombies. How are we, you know, gonna deal with that? But I think it is kind of cool to see Ravi. We know that it's gonna, maybe next episode he's not gonna be a zombie anymore. Obviously,
I like his little white streak.
Yeah, he's so adorable. And I just think that with Ravi kind of testing this vaccine out, I'm okay with him being a zombie for right now. But I think if he does turn full zombie, it kind of takes away that nostalgia between his and Liv's relationship.
Yeah,
because he's kind of always the one being like, you're on full-on zombie mode right now. You're acting like this other person, rein it in. Like, he's always kind of grounding her and telling her to just calm down. This is another brain talking.
Do you think also because he was on that brain and he was a naturist, and do you feel like it kind of took away from, like, Liv and her being on Clint's brain? Do you feel like that it kind of clashed a bit? And it was maybe too much?
Yeah, because for the most part, we've only had to deal really with Liv having characters because everyone else has been eating like the mush, which is disgusting.
Yeah. It's
so,
like Go-Gurts.
Like, while it could be fun to see Ravi do some characters, it's really more Liv's thing, and I don't know. But Ivan said something in the chat that actually, like, I agree with. He said, I just hope the show doesn't become post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
And I agree. I hope it's still very, like,
modern day kind
modern
of thing.
day, like, still kind of, like, light. I mean, I know, like, it's eating brains and stuff, but it's been, like, a cute lighter thing, so I agree with you, Ivan.
Yeah.
I do have a question. LS5251 says, if you guys were a zombie, what food would you miss the most?
Oh,
that's a good
I wrote
one.
everything because my first name is always and my last name is hungry, and I'm always hungry. I will miss everything. But would you guys?
Honestly, I mean, my two, like, I have obviously a large palate and I like appreciate fancy and the finer foods, but obviously my like favorites is like pizza and Chinese food and Taco Bell. So like those are like my and ice cream cake. Like if I could like all of my like bad foods that I am obsessed with is Chinese food, pizza, Taco Bell, and ice cream cake. So if you took those 4 things away from me and I can never have them again, I get cravings where I just want to go buy a Carvel ice cream cake from Ralph's.
I feel about Pokey.
I might. Oh snap! Well, you could kind of do Pokey.
Oh yeah, okay.
True.
You could kind of do Pokey. I think I would miss sweets because I feel like I'm Jamaican. Most of the food I eat is mad spicy.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could easily
just throw them peppers on there.
Like goat curry goes to brain curry. You know what I'm saying? Like oxtail becomes brain tail. Like it would be.
When you get like a sweet tooth, you can't crave it.
Yeah.
Or carve it.
Because but then again, Ravi said that brain tasted like melon.
Yeah, and
lilac.
Did he say lilac? But then again, it's Ravi, so I just don't. Don't know.
I'm just here for all food.
Yeah, I don't want to put any food and make them feel bad. Like I don't want to put anything.
We
down.
don't discriminate against.
Yeah, I love all food.
I'm with you
so
on the
don't
sweets
take
though.
offense.
Yeah, the sweets.
I don't eat meat now, but I'm like, but Thai food, I'm like upset. I love Thai food, so I'm like,
Just good old pad Thai.
Oh, I love it. I'd be a bad zombie because I can't really do spicy.
Oh,
Really?
I
So
love
I'd be that
spice.
zombie that's like, oh, it's too spicy.
I would like douse the wasabi on everything.
Melon brain.
Say snap. Y'all might think I'm a
Yeah, I
zombie
think-
now. I carry hot sauce with me everywhere.
You got hot sauce in your bag? Swag.
okay, Beyonce.
No, I also, this is a random thing, but like this is just like a fun food fact. It's probably not necessary, but if I was a zombie, I like have. If you've ever had cottage cheese and then you put Frank's hot sauce on it,
What?
it's so good.
Those are 3 things I never want in my mouth.
Never.
Never want any.
See, no discrimination on any food. Okay, maybe we should just move on. Speaking of food, Peyton goes to dinner and it is interrupted.
Who is this boo?
Whack.
Right. He's a
doesn't
lawyer named Derek.
Whack.
He
Right.
didn't fit into the scenario at all.
If it ain't Blaine, it's whack.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm here for.
I like
Blaine
her
and Peyton.
and Ravi.
True.
I
You know what?
don't.
Peyton has very interesting relationship. Like,
Yeah.
Peyton needs
Yeah.
to work on her.
right?
Wait,
She needs to be
am I the
single.
only one that saw her kind of peek up at Blaine, kind of do the little look?
Yes.
She had a little moment
yeah.
at the table.
She had that look
so-
like I'm sitting here with my new boo who looks very rich and
Yeah.
professional. And how do you feel? She gave him one of those looks.
Oh,
Oh,
Go ahead.
You go.
No, it's a little off topic, but it did catch me. The mystery of who stole the cure from last season, we still don't know what's going on with that.
That's definitely coming back.
Yeah,
that just doesn't go away. Good point. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Thanks. Shout out to Ivan.
Point. But Blaine and Peyton.
Ivan be on it. Ivan be knowing.
Ivan be knowing all the things about all the shows.
It. Ivan says Blaine still has feelings for Peyton. Did you notice?
Yeah, 100%.
You feel that sexual energy and chemistry. Even when she looked up at him and he was like if you guys can't see us, he gave her that look like, oh, I got you.
Right.
Yeah.
You want it.
I don't think you ever get over one half of the dynamic duo of Ally and AJ. Like
I'm just saying, the potential breakup song.
Yeah.
Do you think Peyton listened to the potential breakup song as she was breaking up with Blaine in some alternate universe?
Probably.
That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Reggie said, I guess Peyton just wanted some vanilla. I'm sorry I had to say that.
Oh my gosh. Well, and Liv did make a little like sly, like, oh, maybe you and Ravi should get back together. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's just like not as much. Even just Blaine and Peyton standing across from each other, you felt more than just like Peyton being like put clothes on Ravi.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, she wasn't. I don't feel like she was. Tempted.
I don't think that's endgame at all.
Yeah, you don't think so?
Ravi and Peyton.
I just want it to be, I guess.
Like they make a great couple, but I feel like Peyton and Blaine, it's like great sex. It's like
there's more chemistry there.
You know what? You know who'd be a fun couple? Ravi and Clive.
Wait, what?
I know it's not gonna happen, but I just like thinking about their dynamics. I'd watch it.
Clive would
That
be
is
too
true.
uptight.
Yeah, but it'd be hilarious.
When I was watching the first season, I was thinking that because like obviously Peyton and Major were kind of like trying to figure out where Liv lied, and I thought that they were gonna bond over the fact that they lost their best friend and love of their life, and I thought they were gonna bond and like get together, but I don't know. But I just that was something that I saw happen, but I don't know. Obviously, it's kind of too far gone now, but.
Ivan says, do you think Blaine would ever become a good guy? The Spike of iZombie, as it were. Buffy the Vampire Slayer reference.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, snap. He is a Spike.
I think if things go wrong with Angus, he could come out on top and try to
I think he genuinely wanted to be a good guy last season, but being called out, he was like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Like, I think there's no redemption.
I think Blaine, a lot like Spike, is a very circumstantial good guy. Like, I'm good because I have what I need, I have what I want, but the second there's a bump in the road, he's like, nah, bump that. Like, I'm back.
Oh, man, guys. Well, I think we're kind of running low on time here. I think we should get into some predictions to give everybody a full, well-rounded chance at what they think is going to happen this season.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
What was my prediction earlier?
You said that.
I was about to
No,
write
it was
it down.
good.
It was. Guys,
you
do you remember
said
that?
that maybe Angus thinks that Blaine is kind of like a god figure.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I think Angus and Blaine are going to have a much different dynamic than they have in previous seasons, and it's going to be very, like, all hail Blaine. And I really hope so, because I think that'd be a really funny dynamic to see.
Yes.
Shawnteairra, what are you thinking?
I think I have two. My first one was, and I think this is gonna happen later on in the season, but with Clive and
Dale? Is that her name?
Dale.
Yes. I believe that Clive's gonna get turned into a zombie.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
it.
Yeah,
but
same.
I feel like it may get to the point where they'll probably threaten maybe kill her or something dramatic, and then obviously with Major with the baby soldiers.
Yeah, baby soldiers.
The baby soldiers. I also think that they'll kind of he'll probably get like an army of those kids, and then they'll just kind of take over and just Chase Graves out of here. He's gone. And then Major's probably
Children
going to
of
be...
the Corn.
Children of the Corn. Zombie babies. We're taking over. I do see Major's going to be the leader.
Yeah.
That's a good point you said about Clive, because someone in the chat kind of brought up a good point that he said, I'd rather shoot myself first. So that'd be interesting to see if he is turned into a zombie, or, if he and Dale get a little close and see what happens with that. I think you're right. Like, I feel like because Major is that good guy, I feel like he is going to take the baby soldiers, and it might be... a war of them, the good guys versus the bad guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. And I am interested in seeing Ravi be half zombie, half human. I like the back and forth. I do like the balance. I would be kind of sad if he does become full zombie because I like that he is that one human guy who's around his zombie peeps and he's doing all the research. But I like that he goes back and forth.
Yeah. Right. Shout out to Golden City 94. I know you're feeling left out, so I just wanted to say hi to you. I also think I think we might see Liv as a human this season.
Okay,
briefly.
Yeah, I think so too.
I was thinking that, but it's like in my brain just want to deny that so much because I just don't want her to be a human. Like I like when because this is what she does. She helps and like solves mysteries and solves crimes, and it's just kind of the dynamic. It's like you don't like when everything's off kilter. It's kind of like meh.
I think she'll think she wants it and will realize
she wants to be a zombie.
Zombie is like where she's been her truest self.
Team Z.
So true. Yeah, I think I'm on you with that. She likes being a zombie. She's gonna stay that way.
Zombie gang.
Zombie gang.
I will say some people in the chat. Jacob says we need a cure for Ravi's zombieism ASAP.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is going on. Is Major even still a good guy?
I think so. Yeah, he is. He's trying to, help the kids out, make sure that they're on the right track.
Major love the kids.
Oh, and I hope we get to see Major and Liv re-explore their relationship.
Oh, I
would love to see that.
Because now that Natalie's dead and they're both zombies and get it together.
Yeah.
It's season 4.
Yeah.
Come on, get it together.
Like how much longer can you stay apart?
Someone says, as long as this show doesn't turn into a cliche Walking Dead or any sci-fi shows like that, story-wise, I think we're good. That is shout out to you, Black Jones.
I agree. I just want us to kind of have that, like we talked about, the stick around of the modern world, at least in sight, at least around. But guys, this was so fun. I can't believe we're already running out of time. Guys, thank you so much in the chat. This was a blast. I guess we will have to stick around until episode 2 and see you guys next week.
Yes.
But before we say our official goodbye, Shawnteairra, where can they find you on social media?
You guys can find me all over the internet at Shawnteairra.
Kiki Boom Boom.
You guys can find me at Kiki Boom Boom everywhere on the internet.
Drew Jones.
And you can find me on all the things at OKDrewJ or on The Flash or on Black Lightning.
Woo! And hey guys, Ally Nasta here. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at LAGirl. And of course, don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. We will see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.